G'day folks, it's Andy here from Aussie Homestead. Today I'm going to talk about rabbits, and you're probably going to ask yourself, Andy, why would you want to keep rabbits? Well, there's a number of reasons. The first reason is they're a very good food source because they're extremely low in fat, the same as kangaroo meat. They're very, very lean, and we use these live capture traps to capture them. And these are about $36 on eBay, and they come flat packed. And how it works is there's a little trapdoor on the end here that's spring loaded. And when Bugs Bunny goes in there to get to that delicious carrots and lettuce, which Bunny doesn't like carrots and lettuce, but the problem is there's this little trip plate, and as soon as he puts his little foot on there, watch what happens with the trapdoor at the end. Bang, you get them, and they can't get back out because these things self-lock. This arm here comes up and it activates on the top, and that door can't be opened again until you pinch it together and reopen it. Now, the second reason that I want to keep rabbits is because I'm after this stuff. And that there is rabbit poop. And let me explain the difference between what's called cold compost and hot compost. Now, everybody's used to hot compost because they get their chicken manures and they get their horse manures and all those, put them in a pile with dirt and they let it rot down over a period of time because those are very, very strong. And if you put them on your plants raw, it generally tends to burn your plant. So you generally do what's called hot composting. And you'll see that your compost starts steaming and it gets hot and it breaks down, and therefore you get that source of nitrogen. But this is called cold compost. Now, the difference between cold compost and hot compost is I can use cold compost straight away. So you can take a handful of rabbit poop, dig a hole for your tomatoes or whatever plants you're going to be putting in, throw in a handful of rabbit poop, and your plants will love it. It's an instant source of nitrogen and urea. Now, urea is basically what they make fertilizer out of. They bring it over in containers and they make fertilizer for lawns and stuff. This stuff is rich in urea and very rich in nitrogen, and you can use it straight away. You don't have to hot compost it. So that's one of the two reasons that we'll be keeping rabbits. We're more interested in the females than the males because the males tend to stink a little bit. And the rabbits have a really good habit of when you build rabbit cages, they will always go to one corner to poop, right? So you can put a collection tray under that part of the corner and capture that rabbit poop. Then store it in a container, dry it out and store it in a container, and just put it straight into the hole where your plants are going in. Now, I know that in some states in Australia, it's actually illegal to keep rabbits, and I do believe Queensland is one of the exceptions. But in New South Wales, we're allowed to keep rabbits. And we'll be trapping some and keeping them. I did notice that over by the shower shed there was a rabbit this morning right under the sheets of tin, so I'm going to set this trap up tonight and we'll see if we can capture a rabbit. But I just thought I'd explain the difference between cold compost and hot compost and why you'd want to keep rabbits. Number one, food. Very, very, very good rabbit food. I was brought up on rabbits as a kid. I lived in the country and, I'm 60 this year. And back when I was about 10 or 12 years old, my mum used to catch rabbits and my dad used to catch rabbits. We lived on rabbit and goat, and my dad was a pigeon flyer, so we used to live on pigeon pie because he used to sort the ones out that they didn't want to keep, and we used to eat those in pigeon pie. So we were always used to eating those types of food when I was being brought up. So for me, it's no difference to eating rabbits. But I'm more interested in capturing them live, and I want to collect that stuff. And that cold compost is one of the best composts you can use in your garden. So I just thought I'd explain that. I'm going to set this trap. If I do capture one tonight, I will let you know. I will be putting this around the property and I'll see how many rabbits I can catch. And I think that's about all for this video. So I'll catch you up on the next one. If there's a part 2, I'll label it part 2, captured rabbits, etc., etc. But this was just more of an explanation of how we catch the rabbits, why we catch rabbits, and what to do with the rabbit poop. So it's Andy here from Aussie Homestead signing out until the next one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.